Salam everyone and welcome back to our channel. We had such an awesome response to our last video about homeschooling and the different programs and curriculums that we use to homeschool our kids. We've now been doing it for 5 years now, and this is going to be our 6th, I believe, yeah, I'm pretty sure, 6th school year doing it as a homeschool family. And so I wanted to show you guys the exact books and curriculum and our picks for the year of 2026. And I'm really excited to show you guys what we're using this year. So if you guys are interested in homeschooling or you want to get an idea of what you could use for your kids this 2026 school year, then keep on watching. Okay, so I am currently in our schoolroom slash playroom, so you can totally see the chaos behind me, but it's real life. So yeah, welcome to our humble space. So in terms of curriculum, we do have our core subjects, which is language arts and math. And we always use the good and the beautiful. We have loved their program. This will be the 2nd year that we are using their curriculum, and we also use their science as well as their history and some electives as well. So I'm really excited to show you. This year, our eldest Amina is going to be going into grade 5 and Zainab is going into grade 3. So let's get started. So here we have Zainab's math. This is her grade 3, and this is basically the entire year. Every single math lesson that she's going to need for the entire year. It also comes with an answer key. So parents, if you're like me and you're like, math, what? Yeah, it has an answer key, so there's no guessing. Now, one downside as a Canadian family using this curriculum is it is American based. And, you know, all of their measurements are going to be inches and miles and ounces and gallons and stuff like that, which is a little bit different, obviously, than the metric system that we use in Canada, because we're used to, you know, millimeters, centimeters, and kilometers and meters. So we just make sure we balance the two and make sure the kids understand both concepts when we're going through this. Other than that, the curriculum is so well done. They always have, you know, the lesson, what to say to the child, how to explain the lesson to the child, as well as the practice questions and review and activities. It's just very well laid out. It is really, really colorful, and the curriculum itself is so nice to look at. The kids really enjoy the curriculum. It is just so beautiful. It's really well laid out, and it's set day by day, so there's no guessing about which lesson to do each day. It's literally all in order. It gives them enough practice to, you know, grasp each concept, and if you do want to add on more activities just so they can really grasp it, you can always just go on the internet and just look for that. Okay, then we have Zainab's language arts curriculum. This is for level 3. This has everything from phonics, writing, reading, grammar, punctuation, spelling, literature, geography, art. It literally has all the things encompassed into this one book. It's incredible, helps them write stories, helps them really perfect their grammar and their spelling, and literally has everything that you can think of. And it's all laid out day by day. There's no guesswork in here. Keep in mind that this is a Christian-based curriculum. However, it is like non-denominational. And if you are a Muslim family, still, the curriculum is fantastic. They do mention God, but we haven't come across anything where it's like Jesus is God or anything like that. So totally fine to use this curriculum. It is actually really, really beautiful, and your kids are going to love it. Then we always add on handwriting. I feel like handwriting is such a dead art. Like I don't really feel like a lot of kids prioritize learning how to handwrite in script, and this is something our kids have always done. Our eldest Amina, she is fantastic at handwriting, and it's just a lost skill that I feel like a lot of families have overlooked. So this breaks it down day by day, and she's able to do a lesson per day, and by the end of the year she'll be totally writing and handwriting without any issues. Okay, then we have Amina's math book. This is her grade 5 math book. Again, it's laid out the same way. But the cool thing is in these lessons, they also have QR codes, so you can scan it. Basically, the QR code will lead you to a teacher, like a video lesson that they've pre-recorded, telling them all about the lesson and how to do it. So sometimes it totally takes the guesswork out of everything, and we don't really need to do as much teaching. I will say that Amina, since she's been in grade 3 or 4, she's been pretty much independent, so she's able to just get her work done without us having to sit with her. Zainab, on the other hand, she likes to have us with her and go through the lessons with her, but as the years go by, they definitely become more independent and they don't need as much help. Of course, the math for grade 5 also comes with an answer key, and there is an additional mental math map mystery. So this really drills in certain concepts that she's going through. And they're broken down just by day. So for instance, lesson 48, 49, 50, it's not too much work, but in general, it's going to help her brush up on her math skills in a really quick and great way. So we love doing the mental math. This is the level 5 curriculum for Amina. Again, this is language arts and literature. This encompasses everything. Again, the spelling, vocab, writing, literature, art, geography, it has everything. It gives you like a section for the parent and teacher to go through, like maybe it's a poem or something that you recite with your kids. The curriculum is so easy and so well laid out, especially for starting homeschooling for the first time. Yeah, it's just fantastic. And Amina also has a book set for her language arts and her literature. So this will come with, you know, novels and different books that she's going to read, and then there will be questions and lessons according to that. So she has this entire box full of books, as well as the level 5 answer key. So if it's asking you questions, this is the answer key about that. We have some electives that they can do. For the kids, we also are adding, this is grades 3 to 8, creative writing. Our kids love writing stories in general, and this really helps them, you know, it helps them break down how to write a story. Amina is going to be continuing on her handwriting this year. So this time it's not just learning about the letters themselves, because she's already nailed that. So now she's going to be writing sentences and paragraphs and really just brushing up on her handwriting skills. So it might have just a regular sentence here in just regular font, and then below it she'll have to write it in handwriting. Now, in our previous videos, we mentioned that we use external programs. So we use, for instance, All the Right Type to help the kids type, but there is also a book version that The Good and the Beautiful has. So for typing, this, you know, teaches you all about, you know, your posture and things like that. We don't really prioritize typing and computer work with our kids. We really want them to be hands-on with their studying in books like we were in the 90s. So we don't do a lot of computer work or tablet work. It's not really something that we're prioritizing just yet, because they're gonna learn it. It comes so quickly. We'd rather that they learn how to handwrite and, you know, write properly, write paragraphs, things like that. But for the lessons themselves, if you are to add typing, they also have this as an elective. So in terms of history, usually we follow the kids' interests. That's what we've always done. So for instance, if they want to learn about ancient Egypt or the Romans, or they want to learn about the Titanic or whatever it is, we'll find a documentary, we'll learn it, we'll get some books from the library, and we'll sit down and discuss it. But this year, The Good and the Beautiful released a history curriculum. This is American history. So although it's not really applicable to us as Canadians, it's good to know. But we picked it up anyway, so we can add it to our curriculum this year. I will say though that the history lesson does include a lot of biblical stuff, and most of it is actually not applicable to us in Islam. So we do make sure that we go through this very well, and we're well versed before we actually do the lesson with them. Okay, then we have our science lessons, and we'll do maybe 3 to 4 science units per year. So to give you an idea, this is health and the human mind, and then it'll also come with a student journal. So the journal is basically their lesson book. This is the actual core subject, and they have video lessons and things to kind of guide you in explaining all the different concepts to the kids. They really enjoy this, and there's so many different science lessons and units that you can pick from. This one's about plants, botany. The kids have done space. They've already done you know, physical health. So they've learned about, you know, different food groups and how to take care of our bodies. We've done wind and rain and all types of different science subjects. So The Good and the Beautiful has them all laid out so nicely. We absolutely love their science lessons. And we love to add on extra books for the kids. So I have a whole series of chapter books for the kids. But this year we bought these for Amina. This is a set of 3. The first book is not here. I think it's beside my bed because I'm currently reading it. It's called The Simple Seerah. And this series is so nice. If you are looking for a way to introduce the Seerah in an easy way, this is written like a story. Like, it's not like a biography where it's really hard for kids to read. It's written like a storybook. It's been forwarded by Omar Suleiman. Like, they're so beautiful. Amina has learned so much from these, so definitely pick this up. It is a series of 3. There's 3 different parts to it, and they get to learn about the life of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. It's just such a nice way for kids to learn. Okay, now one thing we really wanted to focus this year is on emotional intelligence for the kids. Found an incredible Islamic emotional intelligence curriculum. It's called the Hayrak Ride. And I will say, I'm gonna preface this by saying, you do not need to be a homeschool family to do this program. I feel like every single Muslim family should be doing this with their kids. Just take a few minutes a day, do 1 lesson per day with your kids, even if you're doing it once a week. Like, honestly, just get it in. There's so much goodness in this curriculum. It's a way for you to connect with your kids and help your kids, you know, recognize their feelings and approach it from an Islamic perspective. It's something that all of us should be doing. You know, we all grew up not talking about our feelings with our families, and it's something that we have always prioritized with our kids. That's something that our kids know, is that they should always be open with how they're feeling. And so this curriculum helps us do that. It comes with a teacher guide, so the parent guidebook, and it has every single lesson broken down. There's Quranic verses, there's hadith, there's all types of incredible things. It is made by Ansar Publishing. It's called the Hayrak Ride, and it's about honoring your feelings. This one is the level 1, and it also comes with a student guide. So we have 3 of these, 1 for each of our kids. Yusuf is obviously not at the age right now, but I'm hanging on to it so we can start doing it once he's like maybe 3 or 4 years old. And honestly, I love it so much. It's our go-to. It takes only about 15 minutes a day, and you can have these beautiful conversations with your family and your kids. Gives you intentional time together. You don't need to plan anything complicated. It's all broken down for you. It's just kind of an overview. So this one is about the emotion confused. And then it also adds on the 99 names of Allah. So let me just go through one lesson with you. So this one starts with the name of Allah, Al-Wali, and it says, I think of Allah and I don't worry because it is He who is Al-Wali. We may not agree or understand, but what is certain is it's Allah's plan. He is the one who protects and guides me. He is in control of everything. And then we got these super cute veggie characters that every single lesson has. And this one is about worry. So it gives them a little like activity to do, so they're able to kind of grasp the concept. They have a super cute completion certificate at the end, so you can actually issue the certificate for your kids. You know how kids are. They love certificates. They like to get rewards, so that's something that I really appreciate. I have those veggie cards with the emotions. You can actually punch them out and keep them with you in like a little bag, and then go through them and ask your kids like, what emotion is this? Which emotion is this? Which one is this? And how to deal with it. So beautiful curriculum. Thank you so much to Ansar Publishing for offering our subscribers a 20% off code this week. We'll leave the information in the description so you can also grab one of these books too. And trust me, you're going to be so grateful that you did. The program is so well thought out. I just feel like it aligns so well with what we are already teaching our kids. It's from an Islamic perspective. It's emotional intelligence. Thank you so much to them for sponsoring today's video. It is a curriculum that I feel like every single parent needs. You don't need to be a homeschooling family to do this. It only takes you 15 minutes a day. Do it before bedtime. Sit together, go through the stories. There's only good that can come from using this curriculum. Okay, another program, our kids are really obsessed with learning how to speak and read Arabic. Not from like the Quranic perspective, but like actually have like the dialect and understand different Arabic words. So thank you so much to Barakah Branches for sending us this book. We have started doing it this week and it is so good. The kids are really enjoying it. The lessons are so well thought out. It's super simple. It's really basic. So if your kids are wanting to learn Arabic from the basics, this is the book for them. We've got letter focus, and then they're able to circle what they learn here. Simple words, like if they want to learn how to say duck, bata. Did you know that duck is bata? I didn't know that. So if your kids are wanting to learn Arabic, this book is so beautiful. I will also link them in the description. This is an incredible curriculum to add. Okay, then of course we always have Journey to Jannah. I will link them in the description. It is a website that we use for our kids to learn about Islam and etiquettes and manners and learning about stories of the prophets and things like that. It is such a beautiful program. We've talked about it many times on our channel before. Probably wondering, well, what am I gonna do for Yusuf? Because Yusuf was gonna feel left out, The Good and the Beautiful has this program. It's for littles and it's literally just teaching them doodling. So he can learn how to trace in this book. and he won't feel as left out. And of course, he's only 2 years old, you guys. Like, I never started curriculum and actual subjects with our kids until they were 3+. Again, that's quite young. Most people don't do that, but we felt like our kids were ready, so they learned ABCs, colors, numbers, basic things like that. But this is a great way for Yusuf to get engaged, and he's already actually started using this book, but it is such a beautiful addition to the curriculum. Thank you so much for tuning in, you guys. Let me know in the comments down below if there's anything that I missed, or if there is a curriculum that you love and swear by. I would love to look into it. I'm always open to new, fresh ideas. And if you have any questions in general about homeschooling, we also have a playlist, which I will link in the description, so you can check out why we homeschool, the programs that we use, the activities our kids are in, extracurriculars, all things homeschooling. If you are interested, make sure you check that out, and be sure to check out Ansar Publishing in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.